No time for that doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for that doubt, they kinda
Welcome to Unfazed with JJ and AJ. I'm your boy JJ. That's my boy AJ on the right. And as you can see, he's excited. The Eagles won against the Commanders on the Thursday night football game, and he's celebrating a lot right now. I got the towel on, or the flag. My bad, flag on. Got the first place shades on. Turn my headphones up. He looking good. So I'm doing good though. Thursday was a long time ago, but we straight. AJ, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Hopefully my Wi-Fi ain't tripping on me too much, man. You know what I mean? But I'm feeling pretty good, man. Feeling great, in all honesty, man. First place. You know what I mean? It's just, it feels good to be back where we belong. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing. It feels great to be back where I knew we belonged, man. You know what I mean? You say you're feeling good, Joe. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about that, but we gonna take that. We gonna take it. We gonna take it. You know what I mean?
All right, it's good. Yeah, I feel good though. I feel good. You would have called me on Friday, it'd have been different, but it's Monday. I mean, Tuesday. I mean, Monday, Sunday. That was a long time ago. I'm feeling good. Kind of digested. It's over me now. We going to the week. We going to the Cowboys, but we gotta address the last week. We gotta address almost a week ago. But look, we did have a game. The Commanders rolled up to Philly. And water to the link, that's what you call it, right? Water to the link on the primetime game, fighting for first place. And the Eagles came away with the victory. It was a heated battle. The NFL chat, the R2L chat, you got to be a superstar member to be in this chat, was heated the whole game. And it was a lot of trolls from Thursday all the way up to today, I would say. All right? So, AJ, let's give me your recap of the game.
Let me take these shades off, man. Joe, I got a question for you before we begin, man. I got a question for you, man. I think I already know the answer, but I just want to make sure, Joe, how did first place feel? How did it feel, man? Because to me, first place, JJ, it was a movement. You know what I mean? It wasn't just one little, it was a movement. It reminded me of Southern Steve. You know what I mean? It reminded me of Southern Stephen A. It reminded me of, Shannon Sharp with the mouths and the yak. It reminded me of all of that, man. You know what I mean? So real quick before I start, man, how did it feel, man? How did it feel?
Felt good.
Felt good?
Mm-hmm.
Just for you, Joe, because I felt like it was such a movement. I got a special presentation, man. Just for you, Joe. This is just for you, man. Here we go.
I got these shades on because my name is First Place Joe in the NFC East. Or call me Second Place Joe in the NFC. All right. I got two of my bros with me. I got Under 500 Dave here for the first time. Yo. Shout out to my boy Dave. He's here. And we got Mr. 500, right? Got three names, right?
Just say a little prayer, get your money, man. Life goes on. And be hopeful. Okay, cause we hopeful. I wish that you could show some love.
It was an incredible time, man. It was an incredible time. And I just, before I started talking about the game and the birds, I just want to give you that moment, man, because I felt like that was just a beautiful moment, man. But let's get to the game. You know what I mean? Let's get to the game because I feel like, every time I brought up the Philadelphia Eagles defense, every time I brought up the Philadelphia Eagles defense, I feel like it was a lot of disrespect. I feel like it was a lot of snicker and a lot of what really like the Steelers defense. Let's take a little trip down memory lane.
Previously on Unfazed.
The Steelers, man, listen. I believe that's the best defense we're gonna face all year. All right.
Really?
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. I hope y'all don't think y'all defense is as good as theirs. I hope y'all not being. We're gonna get to that. But it's the best defense we're gonna face.
I don't think JD gonna have that many passing yards. I think he's gonna look like he did against the Steelers.
Every time we lose a game, we lost 3 games.
I'm not saying shut down. I'm not saying he's gonna shut them down.
Oh, is that okay?
The crazy part about it, man, like I said, it was just a lot of disrespect. And before this game started, I was telling y'all, this defense is the number 2 overall defense in the NFL. Y'all scoffed at, no, it ain't the Steelers defense. It ain't this, it ain't that. I said, okay, I think this defense is gonna shock you. I wish I had that clip. I said, I think this defense is gonna shock you, man. Don't trip. Lo and behold, the game starts. We really held y'all to 10 points for real. If we call this spade a spade, we held y'all to 10 points before the garbage time touchdown and extra point. But I give it to you. You scored 18 points. Y'all was really averaging like 27 points a game, somewhere around in there before this game started, right? Y'all was 3-12 on third down. We sacked Jaden Daniels 3 times, and the guy who never turns the ball over, interception. It was a sight to see. And one thing I kept thinking about, man, I was told that this defense was the best defense since 2000. That's what they told me. That's what they said. This offense. I was told that this offense is the best offense since 2000. Talking about the Commanders' offense. That's what they told me. This is the best offense we've seen since 2000. And I said, all right, everybody, you got your fans in the fan base that go a little overboard, right? So I said, all right, I'm gonna ask you, Joe. You asked me. I said, why you asking me, AJ? I'm asking you, Joe, because I knew we was gonna do this show and I knew we was gonna have this moment. I'm like, hey, man, do you think this offense is as good as back in 2000? It's the best offense we've seen since 2000. I don't think it's the best offense we've seen since 2000, but the numbers tell me. You can't deny the numbers is what they said. So I know we want to compare it to the Steelers and all that and say it's not as good as the Steelers, but the way we made the best offense since 2000 look, the greatest show on turf. This must be the best defense we've seen since 2000. And don't look now. This defense is number 1 in the National Football League today as it stands, after playing apparently the greatest offense we've seen since 2000. We got players playing elite level football everywhere on the defense. Defensive line, secondary, linebacker, even our defensive coordinator is on a mission right now. All right, so this defense can no longer be slept on. I'll give the Steelers their respect. You can say they had better defense, even though we got more sacks and we got a better overall defense, got a better pass defense. One can say that. That's all fine and dandy. But we at least right there with those guys. That's what I'll say. Now I want to talk a bit about the offense. Because while I expected Jalen Hurts to play a little bit better, I did. I also expected Jaden Daniels to play a little bit better. And when I went back and watched the show, I was wildly accurate about how the quarterbacks will look compared to each other and who will be the most impactful player. Let's roll the clip. Let's roll the clip.
On Unfazed.
Sorry.
How y'all feel about the matchup? I'm the only one who answered the Hurts and JD question. Just to clarify, I think the numbers going to be similar. I just think Hurts going to make more winning plays when it matters. The most important thing in this game, and it will be the deciding factor in this game, 2-6 out of that backfield, Saquon Barkley. 150 on probably about 20 carries, 2 touchdowns. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how your boy, did I have a crystal ball? That's it. Did I have a crystal ball? How was I able to see that that's exactly how things are going to unfold? Now, again, I give credit to the Commanders defense. Commanders defense played well. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts didn't have the type of game I thought he would have, but his numbers did look similar to Jaden Daniels' numbers, better than Jaden Daniels' numbers, and he did make winning plays. And don't get me started on Saquon Barkley. Don't get me started on Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, the boy's special. All right. Him and A.J. Brown, I don't know which edition was better, but both editions have been sensational. And Saquon Barkley against Shaw, man, I heard you say on Refuse to Lose, you know, hey, we was able to get stops here and there. We was able to stop him, but then he had 2 big runs. That's kind of what he does, bro. That's kind of what he does. Like he gets stopped and then all of a sudden, boom, 60 yards, boom, 50 yards, boom, 30. That's just kind of what Saquon does. And if we look at the total yards, he had like 200 total, but I was just focusing on rushing. And the last thing I want to touch on before I pass it to you, Jaden Daniels. You remember the energy you had about Jaden Daniels before this game, Joe? Do you remember? Okay. Well, I just want to make sure the people remember as well how you was feeling about Jaden Daniels. I got another clip to throw. Let me throw that clip over.
I'm alive. And guess what? He's the brightest when the lights are the brightest. I'm not walking into Philly worrying like I used to. I'm not doing it no more because I got a guy. I got 5 with me. I got 5 on it.
Daniels backpedals, fires.
I got 5 on it.
With it. And then he gets slammed out of bounds.
I got 5 on it.
Daniels fires over the middle and
time to have a conversation about Mr. JD5. I call him Jaden Daniels. Y'all want to give him this fancy nickname. I want to have a conversation about Jaden Daniels because a conversation was brought up. Say, who do you trust more? And it wasn't just a refuse to lose conversation. It was a conversation that was on ESPN as well. Who do you trust more, Jaden Daniels or Jalen Hurts? And I'm like, this question is flat out disrespectful because I look at resume and pedigree. I mean, forget the man was an all-pro. Forget the man been to a Super Bowl. Forget the man been to the playoffs, won multiple playoff games, been to the playoffs every single year he's been a starter. Forget all of that, right? We just want to focus on what we see right now, even though my guy is an MVP candidate, just like the previous 2 years, right? We're just going to focus on what we see right now. And we talked about turnovers. Remember that? We talked about turnovers, and we talked about eye tests, and we talked about how they looked without their weapons. It's crazy because the guy that some people say they trusted more ended up turning the ball over, Jaden Daniels. You know what else is funny about that game, Joe? The conversation was brought up about who you trust more, you know, between the 2 quarterbacks. How has Jalen Hurts looked without A.J. Brown? Jaden Daniels looked very interesting without Terry McLaurin being a factor in the game. He looked very interesting without your boy being a real factor in the football game. I mean, 191 yards, you could take 10 yards away because he had like a 10-yard catch, right? 1 touchdown, 1 interception, an 81.6 passer rating. Remember I said Jaden Daniels he's already reached his peak in his first few games in the league because he got these crazy numbers. I mean, 236 passing yards per game, 54 rushing yards per game, 104 passer rating, 75% completion percentage. I said, Joe, this is lofty, bro. This is going to be a lot to keep up with, right? You said, man, you crazy. You think he peaked already? I'm like, so far this year, bro, he's peaked already. Yeah, you crazy. Last 4 games, Jaden Daniels, 232 passing yards per game. Pretty good. 28 rushing yards per game. There's a drop. 93 passer rating. There's a drop. The biggest drop to me, the completion percentage from 75% to 61%. And Jaden Daniels versus top 15 defenses. Bears, Eagles, Steelers, passer rating at 81%, completion percentage of 58. The Commanders are 1-2 in those games, and the one game they won was off of a Hail Mary. So my conclusion is this, Joe. You wanted to say he was in there with the C.J. Strouds and the Patrick Mahomes and the Josh Allens and all these different guys in the MVP conversation. He don't belong in that conversation, bro. He don't belong in the conversation with any of those guys. He belongs in them conversations with Bo Nix, right? And Drake from the Patriots, you know, and Caleb Williams, the rookie quarterbacks. Because is he having a better season than Jared Goff? No. A better season than Lamar? No. A better season than Mahomes? No. A better season than Josh Allen? No. A better season than Jalen Hurts? No. A better season than either of the running backs that's in the conversation, Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley? No. He is not what y'all think he is. Bright future, but he ain't that, Joe. The floor is yours.
All right. I'm glad you ended your clip early in the season, week 11. I'm a creative guy too. I can't wait till the gun is in my hand. But great presentation though. Great presentation.
Thank you very much.
I hope the fans got a laugh for that. What was your stat line about Hurts about that game?
I didn't include Jalen Hurts that line, but I had it in the clip.
You said.
I think he had 200. I think he had 202 passing yards.
I think you said
and the one touchdown.
Touchdowns. Yeah, I think you threw in 2 passing touchdowns too. But yeah, you were dead on by Saquon. I mean, I told you before the game that Saquon is a person I'm worried about because he always plays good against us, and we have the 28th worst run defense, and that's why on R2L I didn't want to give a whole bunch of flowers for y'all offense because y'all did what y'all supposed to do as far as Saquon. But Jalen Hurts didn't have a good game. That's why I said I'm not going to get an offense too much credit. Now, the defense, on the other hand, I do think, and offensively, the trenches, they dominated the Commanders. I feel like offensively, like there were a couple of runs when Saquon didn't do much. He just ran behind the line, and they pushed them like 6 yards, 7 yards. Like they just dominated on the offensive, on y'all offensive side of the ball, and then y'all defensive line killed our offensive line like crazy. Like Coleman, he hasn't given up a sack all year. He gave up, I think, multiple sacks that game. Andrew Wiley gave up a sack. It was just a terrible performance by the defensive line. All right. And look, do you think I lost confidence in my guy JD5? No. We going through a stretch. Every team go through hills, peaks, and valleys. Did y'all go through one? You forgot.
Of course. No, I ain't forget at all. I told you y'all would. You act like y'all wouldn't.
Listen, it's cool. I'm not jumping off the ship. I still got a guy. And like that video said, I was not worried. And leaving that, you think when we play Philly later on in the year, I'm going to be like, I'm worried. No, I'm still not worried. Because I do believe we got a guy. When I watched that game, right? Now, Philly defense did a good job. But this, like I said on R2L, this is the first time that I told myself Jaden Daniels looked like a rookie because the plays were there. Like I'm hearing a stat that's going around by Cliff Kingsbury, and they're saying that like as an offensive coordinator and the head coach, he's like 7-24 or something like that in the second half of the season. But that game, I'm not gonna put too much on Cliff. Plays were there to be made. Jaden Daniels didn't make them. Like you said, Jalen Hurts made more winning plays. He did. I think the biggest play Jalen Hurts made was on, I think it was 3rd and 10. It was 3rd and something, and he ran for it first time and like dove for it.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the biggest play that he made all game. Could that extended that drive? That was the key because that was a punt. I think that was going to be a punt. So, but the one thing I didn't like about Cliff Kingsbury is that the play he called on 4th down, that was so stupid. Like I don't understand that. And the Ravens did the same thing against Steelers. I do not understand that play. Why would you run that play? Give your quarterback only one option, which is running the ball. If anything, do a bootleg, give him a pass option at least, right? But that was dumb. So, but y'all killed us in the trenches. Jalen Carter, he was wrecking the game. He literally was getting it was a couple of plays he got in the backfield with ease. Just one move, go past the lineman. So but I'm not like no. I am challenging the Commanders now. This gonna be the storyline. They can be good teams. Like you said, we're 1-2, and you also got to include the rib injury too. He had a rib injury against Chicago, and he also had a minor. The rib injury was still against y'all. No injury, but the other 2 games against Pittsburgh, against Chicago, and the Giants, the rib injury was still bothering him. And they said Dan Quinn even said after y'all game that he was fully healthy, like he's not had no rib injury. But he did mention like the timing is all because the lack of. I'm not going to do all that. You know what I mean? Like, what I want to see from the Commanders is this. The narrative now is you can't beat good teams. That's the narrative. I mean, we got to be real. Like, the Commanders, the teams they beat, I had to do this. The teams they beaten have a combined record, if we include the Panthers, 23-48. So, 48 losses, 23 wins. Your most significant win is against the Cardinals. Now, granted, the good teams we did lose to, they were competitive in every game. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers by 1 point, and they came off a game-winning drive by Russell Wilson, but we had the ball last. We didn't convert. It came against the Ravens when we only lost by 7 points. Lamar got 2 first downs to seal the deal. And it came against y'all. Now the score, y'all did open the game late, but the score don't tell the story. The score, it was a 14-10 game with like 5 minutes left. So 14-12 game. So they play all these good teams close. The difference in these games, they're not closing. They didn't close against Pittsburgh. They didn't close against the Ravens. And they dag sure didn't close against y'all. Now, people are against the 4th down call. The reason why I wasn't against the 4th down call, because that's what we do all game. But as a head coach, you had to diagnose the game. The game itself, we struggled literally the whole game offensively. Struggled. Now, don't get me wrong. That drive, they were moving the ball. But take in consideration what happened on 2nd down and what happened on 3rd down. We ran out them. It was 2nd and inches. And we ran the ball. I'm always against running the ball on 2nd and inches. I think 2nd and inches is like a free play. Like, throw the ball. Because if you don't get it on second, it's 3rd and inches, and then you got 4th and inches. But instead, we ran the ball up the middle, and y'all knocked us back a whole yard. So now it's 3rd and a yard, and probably like and a half now. Then we try running again, and I think it turned into 4th and 2. Like, y'all was just knocking us back. And we go for it. I'm like, at that moment, you got to diagnose the game. The defense has been playing well all game. Kick the field goal. Just kick the field goal, go up by 1, and live with the results after that. But whatever happened. We went for it. So I got to give credit to the Eagles because I did underestimate y'all defense. I literally did because I look at y'all competition, and to be real, AJ, y'all haven't really in y'all stretch that y'all are on, y'all played a bunch of sorry teams, except for the Bengals, but they didn't even have T. Higgins. So I'm looking at y'all. Y'all beat the Giants in that stretch. Y'all beat the Browns in that stretch. Y'all beat the Jags in that stretch. Y'all barely beat. And y'all beat the Bengals in that stretch without T. Higgins. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, I watched all these games, but they haven't played a really good offense. Now, y'all did play us after we played the Steelers. Now, I do think that kind of helps a lot. You know what I mean? You played. I'm not trying to take no credit for y'all. I'm just being real. Y'all we played the Steelers first. The Steelers did a great job against Jaden Daniels. That was his worst game. And then right after that, we played y'all on a short week. And I still had confidence that Jaden Daniels would play well. But the offensive line got exposed. It got exposed against y'all, in my opinion, and the Steelers. So that's going to be the key piece. Everybody talking about, oh, we need a wide receiver too. We need a solid offensive line because what I realized in these close games, when you're in the thick of things and you're in crunch time moments, the thing you can rely on when you have it is the offensive line, running the ball. And that's what y'all, and that's what helped y'all. Like, you watched the end of that game, y'all were killing us on the offensive side of the ball in the trenches. Y'all were killing us down the stretch. So, but we couldn't do the same thing to y'all. So our offensive line got buddy. But kudos to the Eagles. They are in first place. I mean, we still got some time left for the rest of the season. We got the Cowboys next, who I'm confident we're going to beat. We got the Titans after that, who I'm confident we're going to beat. And then after that, we got another bad team. And then we got Saints. We got the Saints after that, who are a sneaky team because defensively they're pretty okay. And then hopefully Marshawn Lattimore will be back when we play y'all in part 2. So I'm still confident because who y'all got? I got Steelers still. I got the Ravens still.
We got the Steelers. We got the Ravens. We got the Rams.
Y'all can get the Rams, but
we got y'all. Yeah,
I do. Before you go, I do want to say this. I gotta give your coach some credit, man.
hey, he was smart. I
gotta give him some credit. As much as I killed this dude on here, he stuck with his kicker, man. He stuck with his kicker. I know y'all was heated. Them 2 field goals he missed. Nick Sirianni wouldn't even kick that. He's going for both of those, but instead he's selling for the field goal. So I gotta give him props for that because what that does for the long run, it gets confidence in your kicker by trusting him. You know what I mean? So that's why I think you should use your kicker. But that's a little problem because this is not the first time he's done that. AJ. You know, so that kicking issue could be a problem, you know, in those critical games.
See, I trust. Listen, before we move on, real quick, I trust Jake though. If it's anybody I trust, it's him as a kicker. I do trust him as a kicker, even though he had a terrible game. But I do want to push back on two quick things because in the last episode of Unfazed, I listened closely. You said we haven't played the defense as good all season when you talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you also said, I believe we will learn from that and we will bounce back from that. Mm-hmm. So while you could give the Steelers credit for giving the book on Jaden, you also predicted Jaden was going to then learn from that because now it's something that he's seen before and he should be better going forward. And then you try to go back and give the Steelers credit for giving the book out. But it's like you said he was going to bounce back from that.
So, okay, my criticism on Jaden is more on Jaden because I watched the all-22s and there were plays to be made, but he just didn't look the same. He looked, should I say rattled? Like for real. And maybe I got something to do with that. But I like when I watch the Steelers game, the all-22s, I see like, dang, like there was nowhere to go right there. Oh, it's not. There was nowhere to go right. You know, I saw that plenty of times. When I watched the footage from our game, there were a lot of plays to be made in key moments, but Jaden just didn't look the same. So he just didn't look the same. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm gonna give y'all credit, and I don't who's better, Steelers or Eagles. Right now, statistically, it's the Eagles. You know what I mean? But we'll see when we see. Because I said the same thing about the Steelers. Y'all haven't played an elite offense until y'all played us. I told the Steelers that. But then we saw what they did to Lamar and them, you know, but that's a divisional opponent too. And we are the divisional opponent. So, and we were on a short week also. But my criticism of Jaden Daniels, though, is more so on him because he just didn't look the same. Like, he just didn't. Like, Jaden Daniels, when I watched him against the Steelers, he still looked like a pro, but it was just really good defense. It was good defense with y'all, but and also on top of that, he just like, what are you doing? I can't recognize this dude. Kind of like how you looked at Hurst early in the year. Like, what, bro, what are you doing? That's how I looked at Jaden Daniels. Like, that interception he threw the blanket ship. Like, what was that? Like, that was stupid. Like, that was a dumb play. And one thing about Blankenship, I realized he always getting these clutch interceptions. He got the interception against us on Sam Howell last year. Like, what the heck?
It's the same play every time, too. Him jumping in front of a pad, jumping in front of a receiver. It's the same play every single time that he get those interceptions on.
So I don't want you to I don't want you to think I'm not giving y'all credit. So, like, I do give y'all credit. You know what I mean? Y'all, like I said, y'all pressure him the whole game. Y'all pressure him the whole game. And Quinyon Mitchell did a good job on Terry McLaurin. What I didn't like about that situation is that he didn't give him no opportunities, though. Like, throw the ball at least. And one thing about Jaden Daniels said is, when Terry's 1-on-1, I'm going to give it to him. And sometimes you got to throw your guys open. But I felt like he didn't trust himself. Like, there was a play I showed on R2O on Friday when he got like 4 yards, but he had Yami Brown right in front of him. And instead of throwing it, he just ran it for 4 yards. Like, it was like a bunch of stuff like that. He just wasn't trusting the tight windows throws, you know, that he's been hitting all year. And then Quinn comes out and says his timing is off. And it's like, yo, like, are we making excuses or is it a real thing? I need to see him against the Titans. I mean, against the Cowboys next week. Because if he still looks the same, it's ridiculous. Because accuracy has gone down since his injury. It has gone down. So, but y'all are a really good defense. I think since y'all put the rookie in the slot, since he's been integrated into the defense, y'all have been lights out. And one thing that people aren't talking about enough are y'all linebackers. I think y'all linebackers are playing so good. You know what I mean? Y'all got one linebacker. What's his name?
Zach Bond.
Zach Bond. He's playing really good. So I gotta give y'all defensive coordinator some credit. Y'all D-line is finally showing. Remember in the beginning of the season, you try to put everything on the offense. I said no.
That's facts. That's facts too. That's facts.
Because Jordan Davis had a good game too. He didn't get sacks and stuff, but he was pressuring us like a mug. So y'all D-line is definitely stepping up, and it's definitely helping y'all secondary.
Hey, it's reasonable to bring up the injury because rib injury for sure has something to do with his play. Maybe not in the Eagles game, but prior to.
He was healthy with y'all though, so that's no.
Right, he was healthy with us. But I do say, you know, when you put him in them stratospheres, it's hard to talk about injury, bro. You'll say it's hard. You know what I mean? Because my dog Jay Hurts had a little knee injury he dealt with all year. Well, nobody really trying to hear it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. But we can move on. We can move on, man. You know what I mean? I know you're gonna spend too much time on it, and I ain't gonna wear the shades, you know what I'm saying, all episode, or even the flag all episode. Because to be honest, we got bigger things, man. You know what I'm saying? We thinking Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We thinking, let's seal the division, let's win the Super Bowl. I just had to have my fun because you had yours. But now it's on to we in first place.
Hey,
let's do what we gotta do, man.
Great presentation.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
That
For
was
sure.
good. I ain't gonna lie. That was good.
I appreciate that.
You gave me a few ideas.
Hey, hopefully not too many. Hopefully my Wi-Fi ain't getting away too much. You know what I'm saying? But
good,
the Buffalo Bills, man,
Ooh.
they ended the Kansas City Chiefs winning streak, bro. They was undefeated, and the Bills came out and put an end to that. You called it, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I said it will be the Chargers as the team that ends it, which is odd for me to say because you know how I feel about Herbert.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, you was right. It was Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. So, Joe, would you say today the Buffalo Bills are now the best team in the AFC?
No.
I'm
going to still say the Chiefs. Now, look, AJ, before the season, I was looking at this. Before the season, I had the Chiefs losing 2 games. The Bengals, which they won because of a penalty.
Yeah.
And the Bills. That's it. The only 2 games I had them losing before the season. I had them winning every other game. So nothing's happened that I'm surprised about except for the play of the offense. That's it. The play of the offense hasn't been really great. But they were due for a game. They just won off of a blocked field goal the week prior to the Broncos. Literally. And even this, like this game, it was evenly matched, in my opinion. I think one of the big plays that happened in this game that was unfortunate for the Chiefs when Xavier Worthy caught that bomb and stepped out of bounds. He didn't get 2 feet in. Wide open. He didn't get 2 feet in. Rookie mistake. But the Bills do this every year, AJ. They always play the Chiefs in the regular season, and they beat the Chiefs in the regular season. But if you ask me in the AFC, who I'm putting my money, who is the best team in the AFC, who I think going to the Super Bowl, it's going to be the Chiefs. I'm sorry. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you got other teams up there that's creeping, like Javon in the comment section. Shout out to him. The Steelers are creeping up there because now with Russell Wilson at the helm, Mr. Oh man, I think it's funny. So with him, although they scored all field goals, but the defense isn't defense. We talked about that earlier. But the offense has been showing signs of goodness, that can challenge some of these contenders. But I'm going to say the Chiefs, man. They still got an elite defense. They still are injury, right? They still got like a Pacheco coming back. I think Hollywood Brown might be back before the year. Rasheed Rice might not be back. But I got the Chiefs. I'm not. If they were to meet again in the playoffs, I think the Chiefs would beat them, just like they did last year.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. This might shock you. This answer might shock you. I think that in the AFC, you can't reasonably say, given the Chiefs was just undefeated, you can't reasonably say that if the season ended today and the playoffs started, you wouldn't pick them to go to the Super Bowl. You can't reasonably say that.
Reasonably,
but you can't reasonably say that. But the season don't end today. The season's still going. And right now, if I had to pick a team that I'd say is the best just right now, they looking the best, they playing the best, I wouldn't say it's the Bills. I wouldn't say it's the Chiefs. I might give it to Pittsburgh. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I might have to give it to Pittsburgh, bro. They deep. Now, I know I was just making comparisons between them and the Philadelphia Eagles defense, but it's because I respect their defense. I got an elite defense over there. They secondary playing well. They defensive lines playing well. Mike Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the game right now. Russell Wilson playing really good football as well. I don't think their offense played well against the Ravens, shockingly, because Ravens defense ain't good. And for them to look the way they was looking against the Ravens, not being able to score a touchdown is a problem. But again, bro, what they did to the Ravens defensively. I know they've been beating the Ravens a lot, but beating Lamar without a touchdown?
No, he
beating
scored.
the guy
Without a touchdown. You're right.
without a touchdown. Without the Steelers scoring a touchdown?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Lamar?
This Lamar, the one that I'm saying is going to be MVP, the Lamar I say that's going to the Super Bowl, that Lamar, you beat him without scoring a single touchdown. It's just all field goals, and the defense is just able to get stops. No, that's with that type of play, all you need is Russell Wilson to be okay. You don't need him to be elite. You don't need him to be top 5. You don't need him to be number 1 or number 2. You just need him to be okay. If that defense can play like that against, at the time, the number 1 offense in the NFL, the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL, it's not a single team you can line them up with today in the AFC that you could legitimately be like, nah, they can't beat them. Nah, they can beat the Bills, and they can beat the Chiefs as well. You know what I mean? And takeaway, yeah, shout out to Von. The takeaways as well. You know what I mean? Like, they take the ball away, they get necessary stops, they get sacks. You know what I mean? Like, they lead on that side of the ball. Again, I still want to see more from the offense, but it's gotten to the point with me where it's like, this. I'll say this about the Steelers. Don't take this the wrong way, but this is how I feel about them. When I say Jalen Hurts is a winner, I also think of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because no matter how they got to win, it could be ugly, it could be pretty, it could be them turning the ball, them forcing turnovers, them getting stops when they need to get stops. It could be we just gonna win by getting filled. However, it could be a shootout with the Commanders, and you got to go put up 28 points. However they need to win, they find the ways to win. And it's not one of those, this is just unconvincing, like how the Eagles did last year, where they started really high and then they just fell off. This is like, no, this is just who this team is. So I respect it. Now, am I going to say they're going to the Super Bowl? I'm not taking it that far. Do I believe they beat Philly in a couple weeks? I'm not taking it that far. You know what I mean? Like, there's a line I'm drawing in the sand with it. But like today, like week 12, they could be any team in the AFC. So I got them as the best team in the AFC right now.
I'm not mad at that because look at every team in the AFC. They're the most complete team. They're the most complete team in the AFC. And you look at Lamar this year, I mean, we talking about greatest season ever as far as the quarterback trajectory he was on. He was fresh off of a 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 290-yard game at 75%. This man was out. His completion percentage against the Steelers, 48%. His lowest for the season was at 60% against the Browns. Other than that, it was, he had 61% against the Bengals too. But 48%, Lamar Jackson, 1 touchdown came at the end of the game and 1 interception. QB rating, QBR at 59, which is his lowest for the year. Yeah. And QB rating 66. Those are like Bo Nix numbers. Sorry, I'm playing. But for those who think Bo Nix does. But, you know, I think I'm not mad at the Steelers pick because one thing you said, outside of the Chiefs, no matter who this team is playing, the Steelers, right? I think the Chiefs and the Steelers in the AFC are 2 teams where, like, no matter who they're playing, if it's a close game, you have a high feeling that they're going to win. Because the coach of Mike Tomlin is, like, if it's a close game with the Steelers, it's like, oh, dang, the Steelers might win this game. You know, because it comes down to the tangibles. And that's how you feel about the Chiefs. Like, do we feel like that with the Bills? Do we feel like that with the Ravens against the Chiefs? You know what I mean? Against a better team? You know what I mean? So I like that. I'm okay with the Steelers being that. Like you said, they won. It was a stat somebody put in the chat how Mike Tomlin's record on games without scoring a touchdown was crazy compared to the rest of the league. It was insane. So I'm not mad. I'm still going to say the Chiefs, though. If the Chiefs were to meet Pittsburgh in the playoffs, I'm definitely rolling with the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but I get what you're saying. You can't just say, oh, this is why you're going to roll with the Chiefs. We're rolling with the Chiefs because of history. Literally, like, because of history, who they got over there. But based on what we see on the field, you know, so far since Russ is undefeated as a starter, Pittsburgh looks like the best team.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I mean, like I said, with nobody right now, bro. I mean, I had the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna back off that just because it was my preseason pick. But yeah, bro, if the Chiefs are the Chiefs, somebody got to knock them off. At the end of the day, like somebody got to knock them off. But like again, the season don't end today. We just talking about how we look in total as of today, not including the playoffs. The best team. I'm a big Pittsburgh. I'm gonna give them respect where it's due. Because I was throwing a whole lot of slander at them to start the season. I ain't gonna lie, I was throwing a whole lot. But as soon as it's a different team with Russ in there. It's a different team offensively, in my opinion, with Russ in there, man. So I give it to the Steelers. But I'm not mad at anybody picking the Bills or the Chiefs.
So like AJ said, Russ, you don't have to be Mr. Unlimited. This be the game manager, right? Just be a
game manager. Score when you got to score. Score when you have to score. Make plays when you have to make plays. Let the rest, you know what I'm saying? Let the defense handle the rest.
That man threw that pick in the end zone, like dog. Now I do want to address one comment Vaughn got right here. All right. So the Bills, right? The 16 they beat over 500, right? Well, I don't know where you get that stat from, but the Arizona Cardinals in week 1, the Seahawks, and the Chiefs. I mean, is Indiana is the Colts over 500 or something? I mean, I don't think they are.
So.
They but that's it. The Chiefs had a harder schedule than them. Chiefs beat Baltimore. They beat Atlanta. They beat the Chargers. They beat 49ers. They beat the Bucks. They beat the Broncos, who's winning, and they just lost to the Bills. So I think that the Chiefs had one of the toughest schedules of the season so far.
Championship schedule.
So I just want to address that.
I got a championship schedule.
All right. Speaking of the 49ers, I just mentioned them that they lost, to the Chiefs through 3 interceptions. Shout out to Brock Purdy. But the 49ers lost again, AJ. I mean, you kind of saw this kind of coming a little bit. You kind of mentioned something like this. Right now, they are in last place in the NFC West. We're talking about under the Rams, under the daggone Seahawks, who just put them to sleep. Shout out to Geno Smith.
Right.
And the first place, Kyler Murray, pizza-eating New York Cardinals. So, who you got winning the NFC West?
I got the Cardinals winning the West. And that's going to be, given we'll see how the rest of y'all schedule, the rest of y'all season progresses, because y'all got to play us. And then I forget y'all got to play, I don't know if y'all got to play another big time team. But the Cardinals going to be, if y'all don't beat us, the Cardinals will be y'all biggest win. And it'll be y'all most okay, at least we got them guys. Because I think they're going to win the division, bro. They playing great ball right now, bro. And Kyler Murray, man, I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect him to look this good. When I look at the rest of the division, man, like I said, the Niners, they beating up on each other. You know what I mean? They hitting their kicker, the placement guy, and all of that, man. They look disoriented. They look disorganized. I think they miss Brandon Ayuk a ton. I think they miss him a ton. I think Christian McCaffrey's still trying to really find his footing for real. He's been out of football for a good minute. When I look at them, I just don't see a team that came into this. I think they came into this season with the mindset we gonna storm back to the Super Bowl. But again, it's hard to get over 2 Super Bowl losses in the last 5-6 years, bro. That ain't easy to do for any team, let alone, them, because of how they play. They play so physical. You know what I mean? They're not a finesse team. They hit hard. They run hard. They block hard. You know what I mean? Everything they do is tough. You know what I mean? Even with how they walk onto the field, their energy, they swag. You know what I'm saying? You got D-Boy and Trent with the beatbox and all that. Everything they do is just it's on that level. It's hard to keep that up for a long period of time. So I don't think they'll come in last place, but I definitely don't see them finishing first. The Seahawks, I just they too up and down for me, bro. They're a little too up and down for me. They're a little too inconsistent. And for me, it just boils down to who I trust the most. Stafford is Stafford, but I'm going to rock out with Kyler Murray, man. I'm going to rock out with Kyler Murray and say they're going to find a way to win. I just like how they playing. And I think, when I look at the rest of their schedule, they got to see Seattle. I don't believe in the Vikings, to be honest. They got to see the Patriots, the Panthers. I think they beat the Rams and they end the season with San Fran. I think they got the best schedule to win out, not to win out, but to end up winning the division. So I'm rocking with the Cardinals.
Yeah, man. There has been like this thing about Kyler Murray, how in the second half of the season he falls off, but people don't realize that he gets hurt every midseason. Every midseason gets hurt. Remember they went like 9-1 with him and D-Hop. He got hurt. He got hurt, and then D-Hop got hurt, and they fell off a cliff. And then last year he was hurt in the first half of the season and came back, and they started winning some games. You know?
Yep.
You kind of had one of them, right? But like the 49ers already got 3 division losses. It's not good, AJ. Especially if you tie at the end of the season. No, they only got 1 game behind the Cardinals. The Cardinals have 6-4, and everybody else is 5-5. But the 49ers got a hard schedule coming up.
Yeah.
They got Green Bay, Buffalo. The Bears ain't nobody to seize that. Although the Bears be looking terrible sometimes, man, but they should have won that game. Yeah, they should have won that game against the Packers. But even there, here and there, they play another divisional game, the Rams, the Dolphins, the Lions, and then the Cardinals again to close the season. That might be the game to win the division. Now, if it comes down to the Cardinals versus 49ers in Arizona, I don't know, man. I might still roll with the 49ers.
Yeah, that might be tough.
I picked them before the season, and I'm not going to hop off the shelf right now. They're only 1 game behind the Cardinals. I would love to see the Cardinals win the division, though. You look at the Cardinals schedule. They don't have an easy schedule either, but I think it's more favorable for them. Instead of they got the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Seahawks again. Those gonna be the 2 games. If they could sweep the Seahawks, that will put them in great position. But then they got the Patriots, the Panthers, Rams, and the 49ers. So it's gonna be interesting down the stretch with these games. They got 4 more division games to finish the season now. The Cardinals do. But I'm gonna go with the 49ers though.
You picking you say you still picking the Niners to win the division?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Niners. You got CMC who just came back, and you can tell he's just still getting into rhythm. You can just tell he's not C-Mac at. And I think as the games go, he will. They didn't have Kittle yesterday. I'm realizing that Kittle might be their X factor. Like,
yes, when
Kittle's not there, they just not the same because Kittle doesn't just bring catching ability. He also is one of the best tight end blockers in the NFL. So without him, the running game is not the same. But the thing about the 49ers, they're winning these games. They're just not closing the game. Like, I think almost every game besides the Chiefs game, they've been winning. But down the stretch, they just couldn't close it. So I'm gonna stick with them. I'm gonna stick with the 49ers.
I don't know, bro. Like I said, it wouldn't shock me, bro. But I wouldn't put my money on the Niners right now, bro. I just couldn't do it. And watch this. Given their schedule, it's gonna continue to snowball, bro. Watch. They ain't gonna lose out. I ain't saying nothing drastic like that, but I wouldn't be shocked if they win a game, then lose a game. Win a game, lose a game. Win 2, lose 2. Like, I think it's gonna continue to snowball for them, bro. Now, again, if they find a way to sneak in, nobody want to see them in the first round. Nobody want to, especially not no wild card team, because they'd be a division winner. Don't no wild card team want to see the 49ers in the first round. And then if you get a first round win, then you got that momentum. And that like, yo, we could really go back. And then it's like, all right, it's who they play next. Then it get a little scary, like who they got next now. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think at this point, bro, I think it's gonna snowball. It's not gonna be as bad as Philly last year, but they need a year to recoup, bro. They need a year before they don't make the playoffs. They heal up in the offseason. They got a full offseason off and get ready for next year. I think they'll be back next year, depending on offseason moves. I'm hearing they might end up letting go of Debo, which would be crazy. But he getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing they might end up doing that. So we'll see what they do in the offseason. But I just think they need a full reset, mental reset, physical reset, come back into next season ready. This year, I got to give it to the Cardinals. And then we'll see what kind of noise they make in the playoffs. They'd be a tough out, too.
Hey, the 49ers next 2 games, Green Bay, at Buffalo. Those 2 games going to tell the season.
There could easily be 2 L's. Easily. Even though Green Bay not winning super convincingly, but them can easily be 2 L's, bro.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yes, sir. Because they turn the ball over on both sides.
Yep.
Joe Love will give you that rock for real.
Man, and Brett Favre. Last topic, man. We could make this one quick, Joe. I ain't got a ton to say about this, but I did feel like we need to touch on it real quick. The Jets fired Joe Douglas, the GM. Joe, you know what? I'll just give you my quick take, and I'll pitch it to you, bro. I think they're getting rid of the wrong guy, bro. I think they need to tap Aaron Rodgers on the shoulder and say, I need you to clock out for me, bro. That's what I think they need to tap him on the shoulder. If it wasn't the name, he will be on the bench at this point with how he playing.
Facts.
They are doing everything in their power to make this better and make it look a certain way. But really the biggest issue, in my opinion, is number 8, playing quarterback right now. But I'll pitch it to you, man. They fired Joe Douglas. What are your initial reactions?
I mean, one thing I don't like about Joe Douglas is he drafted Zach Wilson.
That's true. He got some other great draft picks, though.
Exactly. Outside of that, though, do I have it here? Oh, I think I deleted it. I had a picture of all the great picks he got. But we've been raving about how good the defense is. I mean, you're talking about Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. You got, basically the whole young core. He got them. The D line, all that stuff. But the problem is Woody Johnson, the owner. The owner is the one that fired Robert Saleh. He did that. The owner wanted to get Aaron Rodgers. He did that.
That's fair.
Come on, it's him. Now, Joe Douglas, he had his faults, but he did a good job. He didn't want to bring in the thing. How could they have to do for Aaron Rodgers? Like you said, Aaron Rodgers is the biggest problem. I mean, the offense is horrendous. You know what I mean? Total offense yards per game. The daggone Jets can't even find them. The Jets, where are they? 26 in the league. And you got Aaron Rodgers, 26 in the league. And the last one I put up is, no, that's it. I saw a stat too. It talked about how great quarterbacks that leave and go to a different place. Aaron Rodgers would be the first one that like failed this bad. Like it's the worst record in generational quarterback like Aaron Rodgers goes to another team and have this type of season. That's terrible. I mean, they losing to everybody. They finding ways to lose. The way they lost to the Colts by 1, Anthony Richardson come back from being benched and beats the Jets. Like come on, now. So I think Aaron Rodgers. Let me ask you this question: do you think they're going to keep him next year?
I think they're going to keep him because he's Aaron. You talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
I think they're going to keep him because he's Aaron Rodgers, bro. Honestly. And I feel like I don't know if they're going to be willing to admit they made a mistake by getting them and going through everything they went through with him in the first place. I think at this point, it's going to take a lot for them to admit that it's like, Aaron Rodgers really ain't that guy. We should trade him or cut him or whatever they decide to do with him. I think they're going to give him one more season. I do. I really do, bro. Just imagine, like, they traded for him. Or I forgot if they pick him up in free agency or trade for him. I can't remember off the top of my head.
They traded for him.
I think they traded for him.
Just signed a contract with the Packers.
Right. So they traded for him. He's paid. That first season, we might make a Super Bowl run. He tears his Achilles, right? All right, when Aaron Rodgers get back, everything gonna be better. He comes back, he taking trips. You done got all these pieces from Green Bay. You done got, you know what I'm saying? You done got Alan Lazard, you got, Randall Cobb at one point, you Devontae Adams from the Raiders to pair with him with Aaron Rodgers again. Like, you done built a team for Aaron Rodgers. So it's like, you got to give it at least one more year at this. But even though, like, you should let him go, you kind of got to rock with him next year and give him one more year and then move on in the future. You kind of – I think they in a bad spot, bro. And they got to hope Aaron Rodgers can turn back to MVP Rodgers soon next year. Because if not, they going to be just as bad next year.
Yeah, they could void his contract, though, after this year.
Okay.
Well, sorry, after next year. So they might. Yeah, you're right. They might keep him for 1 more year.
Got to, man.
Crazy.
Looking ugly.
Crazy. All right. Well, at least one big I got so far.
You got the I didn't check it all. I didn't check it at all, bro. I wanted to check it before the show, and I forgot to check it, bro. Dang.
Don't worry, I got you right there.
Man, do you have it up right now? Because I don't have it up right now on
Yeah,
my
I
screen.
got you. I got you.
Okay.
I mean,
I was hoping I got some.
I'm telling y'all, like, y'all, if you are a betting man or woman, y'all might want to listen. I mean, these are some good records. I look at other people's records, bro. They are terrible. We are way over 500. Like, so let's get it. All right, let's get to these games. Week 12. Where we at? All right, week 12. All right, Thursday night football. Pittsburgh Steelers going into Cleveland, playing the Browns. 92% got the Steelers, 8% got Cleveland. Pittsburgh are favorite by favorite minus 195. Cleveland plus 175. What you got, AJ?
I got it could be a tricky one, but I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah, same. I got Pittsburgh too. All right, so then we got Sunday at 1 o'clock, Minnesota Vikings going into Chicago Bears. 87% got the Vikings, 13% got the Bears. Vikings are minus 185. Bears are plus 155. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings got their defense too confusing for Caleb Williams.
yeah, for sure.
All right, Detroit Lions going into the Indianapolis Colts. 98% are going with the Lions. 2% are going with the Colts. Lions are minus 360. Colts are plus 280. Ooh.
Bruh, at this point, bruh, come on, Detroit, drop a game. Drop a game, man. Give me one. Just give me one, man. And let it be. I ain't gonna pick them to lose this week because that's an AFC team. Give me a loss to an NFC team, bruh. I'm gonna give y'all the nod this week, Detroit. I'm gonna give y'all the nod this week. I gotta check and see who y'all play next week, though, because the L Monster is coming at some point. Should have came when they played CJ Stroud and he threw 5 picks.
I know.
But, you know, that is
crazy.
What it is.
Threw
that
5
is what it is. Insane.
And still won.
Still won.
And we got the Patriots, New England Patriots going into the Miami Dolphins. 7% got the Patriots, 93% got the Dolphins. Patriots are plus 260. Dolphins are minus 320. I'm going with the Dolphins because they just own the Patriots.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
All right, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to New York to play the Giants. 96% picked the Bucks, 4% picked the Giants. Tommy DeVito is starting now over Daniel Jones. The Bucks are minus 250. The Giants are plus 280. This is a tricky game, but I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Give me Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. I do want to say before we move on to the next game, I remember some people telling me, man, that Daniel was up there with Hurts and them. But I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't forget. You know what I mean? We had guys DeVore talking like, you know what I mean? Daniels was finna da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? What's the other guy, the Giants fan? Keith was, well, you know, that's our best player. That's what he was saying. He better than Saquon. Come on, bro. Now he on the bench. Look what y'all did. Y'all done gassed that boy up. Now he on the bench. Come on, man. Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
Crazy.
Hey, the rumor. You know the rumor, Joe. They say Daniels might be in Philly next year.
Yeah, no, I heard that. He might be Hurts back up.
Oh my goodness. That would be crazy, bro. That would be crazy. It would be great. It would be great. It would be great.
Yeah, it'd be a good backup, better than Kenny Pickett.
Oh my gosh, goodness.
All right, we got the Dallas Cowboys rolling up into Washington Commanders. 8% got the Cowboys, 92% got the Commanders. This is the biggest spread. The Cowboys are plus 425. Commanders are minus 650. God damn.
Jeez.
I think we're gonna blow them out.
Yeah, I think y'all, bro. Y'all now that y'all lost 2, bro. Yeah, y'all done lost 2 straight too. I know y'all hot. Terry probably gonna go for like 180 and 2 touchdowns because you know they gonna feed them this week now, bro.
I know.
They gonna feed them this week, bro. So yeah, give me the. I want to troll and pick the Cowboys, but I just can't. I can't even troll and pick them like that. So give me the Commanders.
Corey homecoming too. He going back to Dallas.
In fact, but Joe. If y'all mess around and drop this one though, oh my
Nah, that's something
goodness.
we gotta be worried after that.
Yeah, that would be crazy, bro.
That ain't
That would
happening,
be
man.
that would be wild,
We are
bro.
not dropping this one. Ain't no way. Ain't no way
Man.
we losing the Commanders. I mean, sorry, the Cowboys. Ain't no way we losing the Cowboys.
That would be
Ain't
wild.
no way.
It's in Dallas.
No, we are home.
Oh, they might be a little bit. They can't win a game in Dallas, so it might be a little better. Might be a little better on the road. You never know.
You right though. You right
Can't
though.
win nothing in Dallas, man. Shoot.
That's funny. All right, we got the Kansas City Chiefs rolling to the Carolina Panthers.
Man.
Carolina Panthers. 96% got the Chiefs, 4% got the Panthers. Chiefs are minus 650. Same like the Dallas game. Panthers are 420 plus 425. Dang, the spread to this game is identical to the spread in the Commanders Cowboys game. That's crazy. How much they look at the Cowboys.
Man.
Chiefs, give me the Chiefs. They just lost.
Yep. Yeah, they gonna kill too. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. They gonna go crazy this game. They gonna go. I feel so bad for them boys. They gonna go crazy.
Tennessee Titans playing the Houston Texans. 2% got the Titans. 98% got the Texans. Texans are minus 450. Titans at a plus 340. AJ, I'm going with the upset.
I was going through. I'll let you go. I was going to, but I'm gonna let you rock with that because I don't think this is our first one. We picking different, so I got you.
The Titans, I don't know. They got a really good defense.
They do. Surprisingly, they do. And CJ and them boys, man, they ain't looking convincing, bro.
Man, what? I'm telling you, they look just like y'all from last year. Y'all just got more wins. They look like y'all. Like when they win, they look like they thugging it out. Like every time. Except for the Cowboys.
Against teams they ain't supposed to. Yep.
Right, you be like, bro, offense struggling. CJ don't look the same.
He don't. That's that second sophomore slump. That second, he gonna be better next year. But again, they get that film on you. It's a little different. And then he done lost some weapons too. But they get that film on you. Though. Yeah, true. They get that film on you. It hit different. Different.
Denver Broncos playing the Las Vegas Raiders. I just got an alert. It said Ben Simmons' first double-digit scoring game of the season.
Man, what was it, like 12 points?
I think he got 10. I think he got 10 the whole time. All right, let's get this. So Denver Broncos are going into Las Vegas to play the Raiders. 90% pick the Broncos, 10% pick the Raiders. My Raiders. The Broncos are minus 240. The Raiders are plus 200. I'm going to go with, you know what? I'm going to make it interesting. I know you're not going to pick the Broncos. I'm going to pick the Raiders. I'm going to make it interesting.
Yeah, give me the Broncos, bro.
I want to pick the Broncos too, but I'm going to make it interesting.
I feel that.
All right. The 49ers are going into Green Bay to play the Packers. 48% picking the 49ers. 52% picking the Packers. Packers are a minus 140. 49ers are plus 120. Give me the 49ers.
I'm rocking with the Packers, bro. I'm going to pick, even though Jordan be giving that ball up, I'm going to pick Green Bay. After
around with y'all.
It fits my number love, Dave, but it fits my narrative, man. Y'all, they on the downward slope, man.
Another tough game. The Arizona Cardinals are playing the Seattle Seahawks. 49% are picking the Cardinals. 51% are picking the Seahawks. Cardinals are at a minus 105. The Seahawks minus 115. I think we're going to pick the same team in this one. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Yep. I picked them to win the division. I feel like they got to have this one. So, yep, give me the Cardinals.
There's a big one right here. Philadelphia Eagles.
Sunday night.
Los Angeles to play the Rams. Sunday night football, like AJ said. 84% are picking the Eagles. 16% are picking the Rams. This is even though the Rams Eagles are minus 145, Rams at a plus 125. It's hard to call this a trap game because they're 5-5. But it feels like a trap game to y'all. But I'm gonna go with y'all though.
I would say it feels like a trap game if we didn't already have 2 NFC losses. I seen Slay come out in an interview. He was talking about like we can't really be losing to the NFC like that because we already got 2 NFC losses. So if anything, if there's games to drop, even though I don't want to drop them to anybody in the AFC, especially the Ravens and the Steelers for chat purposes, I'd rather drop 1 or 2 of those games than any of these NFC games. So I think they beat the Rams. I think I got them beating the Rams.
And then we got the Harbaugh Bowl, Monday Night Football, Ravens versus the Chargers in LA. 77% picking the Ravens. 23% are picking the Chargers. Ravens are minus 150. Chargers are plus 130. I'm going with the Ravens. Excuse me, to bounce back.
Ravens better win. That's a tough one though.
AFC opponent too.
Man, they better win. I'm going with the Ravens. They better get it done.
They could lose though. Chargers got a really
easily. They got good. They're a solid team this year.
Yes,
they're a solid team. They winning games. Yep.
And Herbert making plays when it matters.
Yep. I give him credit where it's due. I said he wasn't a winner a while ago. I still want to see how he look in the postseason. But right now, I ain't got nothing to say. He winning games. I give him credit where it's due. Give him credit where it's due.
Yeah, he made plays last game too. Definitely made some plays.
For sure.
Great show, my brother. You should definitely post that presentation on social media.
For sure.
That was really good. I give you props for that. This y'all don't get on Unfazed, man. You gonna get a lot of back and forth. And then guess what? AJ is up right now. So he's gonna, gonna showboat a little bit. But season ain't over yet. We still got some faith. We still got hope.
That's true.
Time is still ticking. They got some tough opponents. We do too, but they opponents a little tougher. So we just hoping the Steelers and Ravens can come through for us. That's what we looking for. All right. But I ain't got much to say. AJ, appreciate you, man. Look forward to these shows every Tuesday. And Sacramento, I understand. DeRozan's out. Malik Monk is out. Sabonis is out. Keegan, where are you, man? Where are you? The growth of the Sacramento Kings is based off Keegan Murray's growth. If Keegan Murray's not growing, what's the point? You're a 5th overall pick. Now, don't get me wrong. You play a lot of minutes. You got a tough defensive assignment, but we can't have you scoring the 10 points 2 games in a row. And shout out to my boy De'Aaron Fox, 109 points in 2 games. Got the NBA Cup record in points, 60 on your Timberwolves, even though they won.
Yeah, I'm about to say they got the dub though. But he did go crazy though.
Yeah, he did. And Anthony Edwards hit a clutch 3 in the 4th quarter over 2 defenders. So overtime. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. But but the Commanders, Jaden Daniels. Listen, man, I'm gonna be tough on you because AJ. He constantly with both niggas. No, he's not. Now, right now, he's not in the MVP conversation. I will say that. Doesn't mean he can't get back in it. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna hold you to a high standard because I know you're not these other guys. You're a special player. I know you are. So I'm gonna hold you to a high standard. And when I saw against the Eagles, you look like a rookie for the first time. So let's see how you bounce back against Dallas. It should be a layup for you. Let's see how you bounce back.
Hey, man, my last words again. Shout out to, you, Joe, for this great show, great episode today. Shout out to everybody that tuned in and watched. Lakers, I really ain't got no complaints. I know we're going to drop something here and there, but I like what I'm seeing from JJ. The young man, Dalton Connect. The boy is playing very well. Anthony Davis might be the MVP. He just might be the MVP. LeBron hit them boys with the silencer just the other night. Long as we stay healthy, man. I like what I'm seeing. Y'all keep on balling. And Birds, let me go ahead before I end the show. Put these back on, man, real quick. Birds, man, y'all keep on doing what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep on stacking these wins. So I keep on having, a full clip to throw at Joe, the rest of the NFC, and the rest of the NFL, man. That's all I got, man. Y'all keep balling. We got some tough teams coming up. We got some people saying we still ain't playing nobody. Hurts got this to prove, that to prove. Y'all keep balling. I'm going to keep the shades on, and the flag, all the way to the Super Bowl. That's the expectations, man. Let's get it done. Let's get it.
We remain unfazed.
Unfazed.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe, and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.